Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in preparation for Dragon Age Inquisition, we are going to go to the Dragon Age Keep, which is the beta safe profile build that that they have released. And with that said, this is the day before the release of Dragon Age Inquisition, which is a Monday. So at midnight tonight, I will be playing Dragon Age Inquisition. And by the time tomorrow, you will be seeing probably maybe an hour or two worth of Dragon Age video just flood my channel. Because, you know, that happens when I am excited about a game. So in preparation to that, we're going to go through the Dragon Age Keep, and we're going to make our save profile. Now, I'll be honest. Out of all the stuff that is here, I've already looked over it a bit, and they seem perfect to what I actually did in my Dragon Age game. Secondly, this site doesn't actually have music. The music you're hearing now is the digital collector's edition for Dragon Age Inquisition soundtrack, and I'm just gonna play that on the background while we're doing this because there's no music in this screen. So with that in mind, let's see here. So we're going to edit the Dragon Age Origins first, and then we'll go down the list. So first of all is the hero. Now, they couldn't find my hero for the Dragon Age Inquisition, Dragon Age Origins game. So the thing is, I played Origins as a male elven mage. So that's what we're gonna go with there. And he is alive at the very end. That is correct. Companions, I did romance Morgan. I recruited Dog. I persuaded the Revere Mother. I recruited Sten. I executed Loghain. I did recruit Ogren. I returned Sten's sword to him. Recruit Zevran, he is alive. Recruited Wynn, and Alistair became king. Yes, okay. And the Warden and Alistair is not lovers. Unfortunate, I know. Well, who would want to know? Wynn is alive. Liliana is alive. Acquired the Grimoire by defeating Flemeth. And I had a baby with Morrigan, of course. The prologue. I did fed the prisoner, and I cured the Mbari. Of course, I play as a good character, quote unquote good character in Origins. So these are good. The urn is not poisoned. That is true. The Arrow of Redcliffe. I did help Redcliffe fight. Jesus, what is this? It's so ominous music. Jeez. Free Bevan, that's correct. The boy in the closet. And give his sword back. Owain's daughter, the blacksmith, right? Yes. Did help them fight. Connor is alive. Isolde is alive. Because I did went to the circle to get the group of magi I needed. Honestly, this I don't remember, but apparently they say that she started her own brewery. So weird. I don't remember that at all. Okay, so for the Elven one, brokered peace. Yes, I killed both of them because, yeah, was not gonna go with that shit. I did tell him about his wife. I bring back the scarf. I did got them together. I did bring him Ironbark and got my Ironbark staff. Saved the Hala, and I did return that guy to the Dalish camp. Correct. A paragon of her kind. I did defeat Branka. I picked Balin because he was a more progressive leader than the other one. Even though he's a bit cruel, but being progressive is always good. Dagna did leave to go study at the Circle of Magi. I did not do this because I was not a dwarf. Told the truth about Ruck. Yes, I did. Prove the Legion of the Dead connected to noble houses. Is that the stone tablet to where the Anvil of the Void was? I think so. Return the tome to the shepherd. Yes, I did. That took quite a bit to find the stupid book. Help created the chantry. Yes, I did. Arzamar has a chantry in there. She did reconcile with her family? I don't think that's true. I thought I told her to go to the chantry. Weird. Maybe I did do that. This says so. So, whoops, I clicked too far back. I did complete the lyrium deal, yes. And I did help Orta join the assembly by finding all the documents and all that stuff. Okay. The Broken Circle. I supported the mages, of course. The first enchanter did survive, and I did not agree to kill every mage. Goddamn. Whatever his name is. Denerim. Sir Laundry is alive. I don't even know who that is. But apparently he is alive. Okay. Oh, okay, that's the guy that I dueled out in front of the house. Ah, I remember. Yes, I did leave him alive. Yes, I did find the imprisoned guy and told his father, and he joined me during the meet. Brought the scroll to Sister Justine. Yes, I did. I remember that. Went from like really dramatic music to really chirpy music. Completed the crime wave? I guess I did. I don't remember this quest at all, but I guess I did. Yes, I cleared out both of the taverns, so that's cool. I gave back the ring and I gave back the amulet. Now that is true based on how I played, because I didn't really need money because I give myself 1,000,000 gold, but so it makes total sense why I gave it back. So yeah. Didn't complete Master Ignatio's assassination. No, I did not, because that would be evil. So... And I did not kill him either, I don't think. No, wait. No, I did meet with him, and I might have actually... Yes, he met me in the room. Actually, I went to his room and I killed him. Yeah, I remember that now. Okay, so I need to unlock the world state here. I need to go change that. You are dead, sir. Help Alistair find Goldana. Yes, I did. Sent Majorlin away. Yes, I did. Simply because that's what Liliana wants. Liliana wanted her to go away, so I sent her away. Simple as that. The lands meet. Alistair and Honora ruled. That is correct. The battle at Denerim. I killed the Archdemon. Perfect. Okay, so here comes the DLCs. Expansion Awakening. Warden killed the Architect. I did kill him. Yes. Nathaniel is alive and well. Yes, he is. Ogren and Felsi is reunited. Yes, they are. And Adamanthian... Amaranthian protected? No, I protected both. Keep an Amaranthian protected. Yeah. There you go. Witch Hunt DLC. Went through the Illuvion. Yes, I did. I went to be with my wife. Morrigan. Sexy beast. So yes, I did go through the Illuvion with Morrigan, and I chose to raise our child together. Gain the power of blood. Yes, I did gain the power of blood. Slay Sophia and allow Adventist ethical research. Yes, I did. As long as he didn't kill any more people, he is free to do whatever you want. Stone prisoner. Shale is alive. Yes. They are not possessed. Yes. Shale is recruited. Yes. And I remember she wanted to become a dwarf again at the end of the game. I don't know why that wasn't there, because that was a pretty cool thing to convince her to do. And that's it. On to Dragon Age 2, the worst game, but still a good story. I don't know why everyone disregard the story of Dragon Age 2. It was the whole point of being in the city. It was pretty boring, I'll be honest. Should have done a bit more variety, but the whole point was so that it basically stated the reason why Inquisition happened. So, you know, give it some credit, you know? They have to do something. I did play as a diplomat the first time through. The second time I played this game, I played as evil. So, I don't know which one I should go with. Should I go with evil, or should I go with, would be a diplomat? So no, you know what? The champion is going to be aggressive. Because that's the second time playthrough, and I did like that a little bit more. Let's check companions here. I did romance Anders. That is correct. Friends with Varric. No, I'm going to be his rival, because that's the evil playthrough. Bethany died. Yes. Carver became a Grey Warden. Correct. Bartrand was not killed because Varric wanted him to sent Bartrand to an insane asylum. So that's what I did. Bethany did not live. No. Help Varric discover the cause of hauntings. Yes, I did. Varric did not keep the red lyrium idol. No, he did not. Recruited as Isabella. Yes, I did. Isabella did return to me. Fenris is alive. Did not give Isabella to the Aristoc. No, I fucking killed him, the bastard. Meryl, stay with Hawk. Yes, Meryl is alive. Didn't approve of Anders' action. I did not, but he was still alive. Because he could have done it better. So no, I would never approve of that. Killing hundreds of people just to prove a point. And he started the mass murder of, yeah. So, now this is the thing though. Meryl destroyed the Illuvion. That would be the good thing. I'm going to pick it so that she did not destroy the Illuvion. Because that's my aggressive playthrough, basically. So we're going to go with that. Meryl's clan was not killed. That is correct. Evelyn stayed with Hawk, yes. And Evelyn married Donick, yes. Recruited Sebastian. Yes, I did. Talis, okay. And I did kiss her. Oh, right. Let's see here. Prologue. Join the smugglers. Yes, I did. That's the Legacy DLC. Sure, why not? Let's do this now. Sided with Janeka. Yes, I did. Instead of with the, with Larius. Wait, did I? No, I don't think I did. No. Because I would have gone with the slightly crazy warden. Because, yeah, why would I free the imprisoned Darkspawn? No. That's weird. I did find our father's will. Yes. Act 1. Turn the mages over to the Templars? Yes, because they were dabbled in blood magic and necromancy and all that shit. So yes. Return Seamus to the Viscount. Yes, I did. Guinness died? Yes, she tried to stop me and I killed her. I did not have enough points to convince her, or I didn't want it to. Told the truth about Ghislaine to his wife. Nope, I did not. I didn't tell the truth, but gave him back the ring. Didn't blackmail Sir Thrask. No, I did not, because that would be counterproductive. Sent Frainril to the Dalish? Yes, I did. And I did defend the Katojan, but he killed himself anyways. Nope, I convinced them to keep him so he can have money. I don't remember this. So I'm going to keep it as that because apparently the game said I did that. I don't remember this event at all. It shows that there was a cave, but I remember 2 situations to where I was in a cave rescuing mages. And I don't know which one this is. So that's going to stay as that. I did return the cargo. Why wouldn't I, right? Yes, I remember this. The crazy dude in the tunnels, in the dungeon, I mean. I fucking killed him. Yes, I did. Kill Daznig? I don't know who this is. I guess I did. He was a slaver, so it makes sense why I killed him. Solve the mystery of the missing miners? Yes, I did. Kill the dragon for it. Got best items in the game. Iduna was killed. Oh, this is the blood mage inside the whorehouse. Yes, I killed her. Alright, so that's Act 1 apparently. Act 2? Didn't kill Gaskar. Oh, I remember this. Okay, yes, yes, yes. I did not kill him. He actually helped me a little bit. In the end, he left, though. I did discover the looters in Hubert's caravans. Dragons. Or drakelings, I should say. I didn't... Really? No, cancel then. Apparently I didn't, because I would have saved Nathaniel, yes. So that makes no sense. What is this? Oh, yes, I remember this. Yes, I told him to just fucking sit there and I can go kill everyone. Fenrir freed and left for Tevinter. Yes, this is the Fade part of the game. Nope, I did not side with him against the Gunari because that would be wrong. And I did not side with Patrice and she got assassinated. This is the guy who stole the Gatlock with gunpowder, basically. And I let him live, but he owes me. And I killed the Aristoc. That is true. Act 3. Hawk offer help to Nuncio? Who the fuck is Nuncio? Oh, the assassin! That's right, for Zevran. Yes, I did help him. And I did let Zevran go, because why not? Dude. Like, a tri-sex thing, right? Who wouldn't want that? Sex with Zevran and Isabella. Dude, that's like perfect. I did rescue Nathaniel. That is correct. And I reunited Gamblin and his daughter. That is correct. And I obviously sided with the mages because I'm also a mage. Handed the conspirator to Orsino. Yes, because they are mages. And I did return him to the circle because I didn't want to let him go. That would just, you know, yeah. Let Kieran go. Ah, that's right. The guy who, yeah. Right? Yes, he was the one that was being locked inside of a magic bubble thingy. I did kill the dragon at the bone pit again. And is that it? Yep, and now is Inquisition. Okay, so before we move on, I want to export this to my Dragon Age Inquisition save file. I'm gonna lock it in. Silverhawk is the actual character I used, by the way. So as you can see, this is the character that I made myself. So it did transfer over, which is why I'm very confused as to why the Dragon Age Origins one didn't transfer over. It was weird. But anywho. Oh, well. Yes, continue. Transfer it over again, I guess. Anders, yes. And that's it. I think we're good now. So for the rest of the video, I am going to mute myself. And I'm going to play for you the video that comes with my choices. Okay? And I am going to mute the Dragon Age music. And by the way, the music is actually pretty decent. I actually really enjoy the soundtrack. So I'm glad I bought the digital deluxe edition. Or whatever it's called. Alright. Let's turn off that music. And let's turn this on. Have fun.
If you believe the stories, mankind's pride gave rise to the Darkspawn. Countless in number and toxic to all life, Darkspawn search endlessly for an archdemon. When they find one, Darkspawn armies surge up from their corrupt barrows beneath the ground, and a blight begins. Grey Wardens are the only warriors capable of destroying an archdemon, and history always honors the one who sacrifices all to kill the beast. In the fifth blight, the Warden was the hero of Ferelden, a mage living in the Circle Tower at Lake Calenhad. Drawn into an escape plot by another mage, the hero became snared in the Circle's dangerous politics. Duncan, a Grey Warden, helped the mage escape to a new life as a warden. The allied Ferelden and Grey Warden forces met in Ostagar, where King Kaelin's armies and a host of wardens gathered, ready to destroy the Darkspawn. But valor turned to despair as Loghain betrayed his king. Kaelin's forces were slaughtered, and the south was lost. The hero, now a full-fledged Grey Warden, survived with the aid of Flemeth, the mysterious witch of the wilds. Joined by Flemeth's daughter, Morrigan, and a Grey Warden named Alistair, the hero set out to build an army strong enough to abolish the Blight. With the traitorous Loghain now seated on Ferelden's throne, the Warden sought help from the influential Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. However, they arrived in Redcliffe to find the town under siege. As each night, undead rose in waves and assailed the battered village. With the hero's help, the people of Redcliffe stood fast against the undead horde. The Wardens reached Arl Eamon's castle only to find the Arl lying at the edge of death, and his court fallen into madness. To save his father's life, Eamon's young son, Connor, had made a deal with a demon, and quickly fallen victim to its possession. The hero intervened, freeing Connor from possession, and breaking the demon's hold over Redcliffe. But deals with demons are never straightforward. The demon agreed only to save Eamon's life, not restore him to health. Arl Eamon needed a miracle to recover. The hero located an urn containing the sacred ashes of Andraste, which were said to cure any ailment. The urn was protected by ancient traps, tests of will, and a dragon-worshipping cult that wanted to twist the urn's power to its own ends. The urn remained pure, but mysteriously disappeared after the wardens departed. Only the temple dedicated to it still stands. With a pinch of the ashes, the hero restored the Arl to health. Informed of Logain's treachery, Eamon swore his political and military support. The circles of Magi are bound by oath to aid the Grey Wardens in times of blight. However, Lake Calenhad's tower could offer little help. One of its mages, Uldred, had become possessed by a pride demon and was twisting other circle mages into abominations. The hero fought to the top of the tower and defeated Uldred, saving the remaining mages. Grateful for their lives, the mages joined the Warden's army. The allies gained at the Circle were not the only soldiers to join the Warden's forces, however. Dalish elves don't usually make alliances, but even deep hatred can be set aside in the face of oblivion. An ancient curse was destroying Ferelden's largest Dalish clans, turning the elves into werewolves. Zathrian, the clan's keeper, claimed that the cure required the heart of the great wolf, Witherfang. Years before, Zathrain himself had afflicted a group of humans with the curse that now ravaged his clan. As long as he lived, the curse endured. The hero freed the werewolves from the long-standing curse, and the Dalish joined the Warden's forces. Blights may happen hundreds of years apart, but the dwarves who live below the surface of Thedas fight Darkspawn every day. No one is better schooled in battling Darkspawn than the warriors of Orzammar, except perhaps their allies of old, the Grey Wardens. The hero arrived in Orzammar in the wake of King Endrin's death to find political factions fighting for control of the dwarven capital. Only the vote of a venerated paragon could break the deadlock to elect a ruler, and order the dwarves to honor their Grey Warden treaty and join the battle against the new blight. The hero set off to find a paragon named Branka, who had disappeared into the Deep Roads in search of a legendary artifact, the Anvil of the Void, created by the renowned smith Caradon to forge mighty war golems. The hero helped Caradon destroy the Anvil of the Void, along with the dark secrets that could trap a living soul inside a mechanical construct. The hero emerged from the Deep Roads with a master-forged crown to bestow the Paragon's favor upon whichever rival candidate would be crowned king. Balin, the youngest son of King Endrin who was suspected of foul play, or Haramont, the aging traditionalist backed by the Dwarven Assembly. Balin followed his father to the throne. He leads with a ruthless but progressive hand, seeking to re-establish ties to the Surface Kingdoms. With Dwarden's strength now bolstering the Warden's army, the hero had to deal with Logain so Ferelden could stand unified against the Darkspawn before the Blight swallowed the world. The kingdom of Ferelden stood divided. While some nobles supported Logain's regency, others condemned his inaction against the Darkspawn. Civil war brewed, and Arl Eamon called a landsmeet in hopes of curtailing the conflict and removing Logain from the throne. Logain was found guilty of treason, and the hero carried out his execution in Denerim's palace. As the Warden's united army massed in Redcliffe, the Darkspawn overran Denerim, laying siege to Ferelden's capital city. The hero's army fought valiantly through Denerim and broke the Darkspawn siege. On Fort Dracon's highest tower, the hero's strongest allies fought alongside the Warden in a final heroic battle against the massive Archdemon. The Archdemon was killed without the sacrifice of a Grey Warden's life. With no Archdemon to lead them, the Darkspawn scattered. Most fled underground, still teeming in number and always seeking a new Archdemon to awaken. the shattered kingdom of Ferelden embarked on a long journey to recovery. In the Blight's aftermath, strong leadership was crucial. Alistair, King Caelin's half-brother, and Queen Enora, Caelin's widow and daughter of Loghain, joined in a political union. Together, they ushered Ferelden into a new era. Ferelden still stands, as obstinate and resolute as the Dog Lords ever are, but the events of the Fifth Blight loom over it as the nation rebuilds. For people across Thedas, legends of the hero of Ferelden remain the nation's brightest beacons of hope during its darkest times. It all began in Kirkwall, the fall of Knight Commander Meredith, the Qunari uprising, and of course, the Chantry's destruction and the onset of Mage Rebellion. One person always stood amidst the swirling chaos: Hawke, the champion of Kirkwall. The Hawke family fled Lothering, refugees from the Blight. Leandra, mother of the champion, and siblings Bethany and Carver hoped to find refuge at her family's estate in Kirkwall, far to the north. As a mage with a family legacy of magic on both sides, Hawke naturally became involved in the events that ultimately led to the Mage Rebellion. The Hawkes escaped the Blight with the help of Aveline Valen, a warrior and family friend. It's said that the family was also aided by Flemeth, the notorious Witch of the Wilds. Hawke's sister Bethany never reached the Free Marches. She was killed by Darkspawn while defending her family. The family's first years in Kirkwall were difficult. Leandra's brother Gamlin had lost the family fortune. The Hawkes lived in poverty, forced to indenture themselves in return for entrance to the city. To pay off the debt, Hawke was forced to work for a gang of smugglers. All the while, Hawke and Carver did their best to hide Hawke's magic from the Templars. Opportunity eventually struck in the form of a dwarf named Bartran Tethras, who was planning an expedition to the Deep Roads. It was a long shot, but with gold gained from the expedition, Hawke could free the family from its criminal creditors and further Templar scrutiny. Hawke met a rogue Grey Warden named Anders, who possessed detailed maps of the Deep Roads. These maps were crucial to the expedition's success. Once Hawke obtained them, everything else fell quickly into place. Carver joined Hawke on the expedition. The siblings found ancient dwarven treasure and a statuette formed from a strange red lyrium. Carver fell victim to the blight that suffuses the Deep Roads, but Anders led him to a group of Grey Wardens who were able to save his life. The gold Hawke recovered from the Deep Roads brought back Leandra's stately childhood home in Hightown. The Hawkes had barely settled into their new home when Leandra was murdered. A deeply sinister and twisted killing. Hawke hunted down Quentin, the blood mage responsible, but could not prevent Leandra's death. Leandra's tragic death was part of a critical problem facing Kirkwall. Rising tension between the city's mages, who felt increasingly oppressed, and Templars, who grew increasingly suspicious of their activities. Adding to the strain, a large contingent of Qunari had also established themselves in Kirkwall, much to the growing discomfort of the city's rulers. After their dreadnought was shipwrecked many years before, a group of stranded Qunari were allowed to remain in a cordoned-off area in Lowtown. As time passed, the Qunari made no effort to return home, and offered no explanation about why they remained. Tensions rose to a breaking point. Revered Mother Patrice, convinced the Qunari were a threat to the Chantry's faith, incited violence between the Qunari and the Kirkwall populace. Hawke knew that Patrice would bring about unnecessary conflict. Though the champion tried to stop her, Patrice orchestrated the murder of Seamus Dumar, a Viscount's son and a recent convert to the Qun. When her crime was discovered, a Qunari assassin killed her. After Seamus was murdered, the Arishok of the Qunari group lost patience with the humans of Kirkwall. They would now submit to the Qun or die. The Qunari struck hard and fast, They took the palace in Hightown and beheaded the Viscount to immediately quash any resistance. Aided by Knight Commander Meredith and First Enchanter Orsino, Hawk reached the palace and stood toe-to-toe with the fearsome Kunari leader. Hawk fought the Kunari leader. The fierce battle resulted in the Arishok's death and the liberation of Kirkwall from its brief occupation. The Kunari quickly withdrew from the city entirely. Hawk saved Kirkwall and earned the grudging respect of the city's Templars, mages, and nobility, along with the title that history remembers, the Champion of Kirkwall. Kirkwall's problems were still not over, however. After Viscount Dumar's death, Knight Commander Meredith took power and blocked all attempts to appoint a new Viscount. Under Meredith's command, the Templars tightened their grip on the mages, planning to suppress what Meredith saw as a growing rebellion. Anders, who spent years fighting for justice and freedom for his fellow mages, saw that the time for negotiation was past. He destroyed Kirkwall's chantry, killing hundreds, including Grand Cleric Elthina. This single act began a rebellion that spread from circle to circle, until all circles of Magi had risen up in defiance against chantry rule. Though Anders had done the unforgivable, something stayed the champion's hand. Anders survived the day, although many others did not. Fighting spread swiftly through the city. Some mages rebelled openly, many of them succumbing to possession. Templars turned their swords on mages who rebelled and on those who did not. As First Enchanter Orsino refused to bend to the Templars, Knight Commander Meredith demanded that every mage in Kirkwall be put to the sword. Hawk saved many mages from Templar blades, keeping them from succumbing to possession or the temptations of blood magic. In the end, however, Hawk was forced to strike down Orsino, who had betrayed his own values by resorting to blood magic himself. The battle proved one thing: Knight Commander Meredith had gone mad. Hawk saw the truth of it when Meredith unsheathed her sword, and the red lyrium idol from the deep roads was embedded within it. The blade fueled her hatred and paranoia, as it had for months. After a horrific battle, the red lyrium of the Knight Commander's sword consumed her as she died. Meredith became a statue, her face a frozen mask of horror. Little is known of the champion since that final battle. However, Hawk's story lives on in legend and song. Memories of the indelible changes the champion of Kirkwall brought to the face of Thedas. The Mage Rebellion in Kirkwall was felt throughout Thedas, the news spreading like wildfire. The Templars clamped down in response, but each new restriction only made things worse. Led by Grand Enchanter Fiona, the mages voted for independence. The Circle of Magi would govern itself, without the Chantry and especially without the Templars. The result was cataclysmic. 2 circles were destroyed. Those within killed to the last mage, before the rest fled into the wilderness. Perhaps the mighty empire of Orlais could have intervened in the war before it began. That was not to be. Grand Duke Espard began a deadly civil war against Empress Celine, vying for the Orlesian throne. The mages were offered safe haven in neighboring Ferelden, but the Templars followed, and so their battle spread across all of Thedas. As head of the Chantry, Divine Justinia ordered the Templars to stand down. They refused, declaring their own independence. Thus, the war began in earnest. Templars hunting mages, mages fighting Templars. Their clashes wreaked untold destruction. All sense of order was falling to pieces. Divine Justinia made one final desperate bid to end the war. She approached the leaders of both sides and convinced them to come to a conclave held on neutral ground. With the Chantry to mediate, mages and Templars will talk for the first time since this all began. It is our last, and perhaps our only, chance for
All right, that was cool. A little bit of news story there at the end, and there you go. That is my choices, or those are my choices that I have made through Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. And I am now even more excited for tonight's gameplay of Inquisition. It's going to be epic and awesome in every way, and I cannot wait to play it for you guys. So, with that in mind, thank you guys for watching this hype video, is basically what it is. And I hope that now you have a refresher on Origins and 2 in preparation for Inquisition, and know what my choices were in the past 2 games. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you for Inquisition.